Speaking of your career, um, Mr. Hammond,
Yeah,
I call him Gil,
Gilbert Hammond.
Gilbert Hammond. Uh, he is one of the most knowledgeable people that I've ever known. I can say that as a friend because not only is he extremely knowledgeable on the Bible, but he's extremely knowledgeable about science, and he has really dedicated his life to the study of both those fields. And it is really interesting to ask him questions about scientific theories and things like that.
Yeah,
And with yourself being in those businesses that you're in,
yeah.
and with our economy being what it has been, what advice can you give to young people right now? Because I would think you have a lot of wisdom, and what would you impart to young people about their educations, about life, about theories and things?
Right. Well, the advice that I would give them, and it's no different than the advice I've given my own children, which is hard to keep young people. Always has been, always will be on the right path. But when they do come off the path, hopefully they get back. I've been fortunate enough to see that occur with my children. But when you're in school, that's the one shot right there. Do your best when you're getting your education. Do your very best. And I know when you're a young person, you absolutely want to have fun with that, and you can. You certainly can, but you got to stay away from drugs. You got to stay away from that type of lifestyle, and have the right type of friends. But focus on studies and do the best you can in school. Go as far as you can in school. Try to major in what you enjoy, and when you get a job, don't worry about trying to get a job at the top, certainly, or the highest paying job out of college, assuming you finish college. But take a job, work hard at that job, stay with it, and opportunities will come along. If you do good work, no matter what work it is, and opportunities will come along. So, just stay within yourself. Don't get too far outside of what is smart to do as far as trying to progress in life. Don't go for the easy ways out. Work your way through problems and just stay with it. And if you do have sound, solid faith, that will help sustain you. And that's not been my strong suit in life, but certainly it's been my experience that people that do have faith, that do have strong religious beliefs, have that to fall back on, no matter what occurs, no matter what obstacles that you have. If you're looking for wisdom, there's one book that does provide all the wisdom basically you need if you truly understand what you're seeing there, what you're learning there. So it's not a real complex theory. It's hard work, and just having the right kind of heart. That's what it's really about. That's the way I've seen it in my lifetime.
And perseverance is very important, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah. And everybody's going to fail along the way. You got to get back on it. These are things you hear. It's not the type of new advice, but it's a fact. You just got to suck it up, get back on it, keep pushing, and keep doing your very best. Never get totally discouraged, and try to stay optimistic and push ahead.
If you were going to say anything to Mr. Gil Hammond, who you probably haven't seen for a long time,
No, I haven't seen him since I graduated from Beechwood.
what
It's
it,
been a long
what
time.
what would you like to say to him?
Well, I'd like to say I'm glad to hear that he's well, and that he's had is having and enjoying a long and fruitful life. My understanding is his wife is and he are still together,
Absolutely.
and it sounds to me like he's prospering. I've heard about the study group that he had participated in, been involved with for 30 years. His dedication to science and his teaching profession and his field of knowledge, and also the Bible. That's really an interesting combination. That's something to be envied by a lot of people, actually.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's having a very, very happy life. And the radio stations aspect of this is interesting too.
Yes, it is.
Involved with. So,
The radio station's WIOK 107.5 FM on the radio dial. I know it well because I listen to it every morning.
I listen to it every day.
Do you listen to it? Yeah, I listen to it every morning. He has Adrian Rogers, who's gone on to heaven many years ago, but still an unbelievably intelligent speaker and preacher, and David Jeremiah, and Michael Youssef, and Dr. Dobson, and Ann Graham Lott, Billy Graham's daughter, is on Sundays. And June, my wife and I, June Guyman Stephenson, I married a Guyman, smartest move I ever made, and I didn't make it, God made it. and Gil and Jan retired from the Northern Kentucky University, and she's the smartest move Gil ever made. They were married as high school sweethearts.
I'll be darned.
And in fact, Gil was at the same evangelistic thing with Billy Graham in Louisville that I was at. We didn't meet each other there, but he was there. When I left that little church out there at Kenton Baptist, 1956, and Brother Kerger and Polly, his wife, and 4 deacons, Walter Roden, John Griselle, Vernon Likens, and Carl Covey, drove an old rickety church bus with me and my little sister Judy, who became a teacher too, Judy Lynn Felty Stevenson. They drove that bus with a bunch of us kids in it down to hear the Billy Graham Crusade in Louisville in 1956. And that's where I learned that, and I learned the song, I'd Rather Have Jesus. And that Cliff Barrow sang and led the choir, and George Beverly Shea wrote and sang the song. And that's when I remembered that it's the Holy Spirit's job to convict, God's job to judge, my job to love. And I'll close this out today. Unless there's something else you'd like to say to Gil in particular.
Well, I do want to say I do appreciate the time that he put in over at Beechwood and his devotion to education there. And I'd also like to say I'm really glad to hear that he's had such a fulfilling life. That's really wonderful to hear.
Yep.
It makes me smile to know that he's still out there, still active, and has lived a long and prosperous and enjoyable life like that. One thing I also will say, I thought you said your memory had gone. I just heard you recite about 14 names there. Going back to the 50s, sounds to me like your memory may be hanging in pretty daggone good at this point.
Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. I'll close it out by singing one little verse of the song I learned from George Beverly Shea, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
And it was called I'd Rather Have Jesus. I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. I'd rather be his than have riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today, than to be the king of a vast domain, or be held in sin's dread sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today. God bless you. And tell us who you are again.
Lanny Hitch.
Lanny Hitch from Beechwood High School, science with Gil Hammond as a teacher.
That's right.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition of godly principles. God bless you. Now, hang on a second here. Now, just tell us, what is the picture for?
It's the Delta Sigma Chi Fraternity House in Davenport, Iowa.
And David, and it was you there, a part of that?
I was part of it.
Is that right?
Professional chiropractic fraternity.
Well,
We represent pure chiropractic.
well, I'll tell you one thing, Dr. King. You've been one of the best in the state of Kentucky
Thank you, sir.
and all of northern Kentucky.
Thank you.
God bless you. And
Isn't that thing beautiful?
it is beautiful, frankly.
Halloween, look at all this.
It is beautiful, and I'm
All right.
proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
And now, fellas, I'm taking off. I've got to go over to the doctor's office for Miss June.
Every time I look at it, I see something different.
Yeah.
Coming out. Yep.
Have you always had this picture?
No, I just found it. When you're up here in the cupola, it's called a cupola. You can see the Mississippi River.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's 12 blocks from the Mississippi River.
What it cost to get that frame? About $150?
I bought it. Cost me $180, and I'm gonna give it to fraternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dandy. That's a dandy. Now, I'm getting ready to leave.
I don't want to be on there no more. You
I-
didn't film me.
I know, but I got to close it out.
You closed it out a while ago.
Well, I got to close it. I had more inside, didn't I?
Oh,
But hang in there, fellas. Now, have a good day. You going to be back here tomorrow?
yeah,
What about Friday?
yeah.
No pictures tomorrow, Friday.
No pictures tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah.
No more.
Maybe we send you some customers.
John, I don't care whether you do or not, to tell you the truth.
We don't want to work that hard.
We got 2 more days, we're back in the rest home.
Okay. Well, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be with you today.
You too, John.
Our pleasure, John.
God bless you. Take care.
Okay.
Travels with John Stevenson's 859-750-0000. And don't forget, folks.
John Stevens, I don't know why you give that phone number, because you pull you up on Facebook and it ain't on there.
Oh, its number should be on there.
Now,
It ain't on.
you have a Bible study with Gil and Tam?
Oh, yeah, well, Bible study and prayer meetings. We meet about once a month as a group and have done so for about 30 years.
30 years. Well, tell Gil I said hi.
I will do that. I'll be with him tonight, and I'll tell him you said hello, and he's going to see this and really enjoy it. And
We don't know whether you enjoy it or not.
No, but not
Okay.
about the enjoyment.
well,
We
wait a
got
second. I got to go back here, and I got to get the sign up there of Sparrow and Newton.
See you, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
Now there you are, right there, folks. Howdy, folks. 491-0027. And I always tell you, come to the barber shop, the place of wisdom. Howdy, boys. And if you need a little educating, come down here and you watch this program I just did. You'll find out why I say it's a place of knowledge, a place of history, a place of love.
John,
And yes,
don't put this and what you done a while ago on, because it's the same thing. You're repeating yourself. You're getting old.
well, that's true. I am getting old, 78 now. And Dr. King, I'm going to have to come down there to see him and get some more energy in the old body here.
What's your cable channel?
Cable channel is on it's on public access on channel 422, but that's television with Spectrum Cable. But my show's
22?
422, but you want to see this, it's on YouTube. You have to go to YouTube and just open up and say Travels with John Stevenson. That'll take you to my YouTube channel, and you'll see it on my Facebook post too, under John Stevenson. Thank you, Dr. King. Nice to see you all.
How do you know if you have YouTube or not, John?
You don't have to have YouTube, you just have to be able to get on the internet. You don't have to have YouTube. All you got to do is just go search YouTube under the name of John Stevenson. Just go search for John Stevenson YouTube, Dr. John Stevenson. That'll take you right there, folks. And don't forget now, send in that contribution to the Robert Roden Scholarship Fund for Simon Kenton. And you can mail that to 38 McCollum Pike, Independence, Kentucky, zip code 41051. If you got any questions about it, give me a call, 859-750-0000. Signing off now. God bless you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. I'm glad you are our friends. Headed out now to Dr. Fagel's office to pick up a little test for my wonderful wife, Miss June, who's busy right now taking our cat, Josie, to the Noah's Ark veterinarian place to get her checked, and with some thyroid conditions. So we hope and pray that that'll be okay. And we say a special prayer today about Judy Conley going home to the Lord and be with her husband, Mike Conley, and all of her family and friends. And the Lord has taken her home, and now she's in a better place and out of all that pain and suffering, and help us to heal us and keep us and watch over us, and watch over Miss June and her Bible studies class, where Judy was a part of that class with her friends, and be with her husband, Mike Conley, and watch over him, and all of Annie and all of her friends. God bless you. We'll head over to Dr. Fagel's office now and pick up the apparatus we got to pick up there. And things are going good, though, with the Lord's help. It was a nice day there at the barber shop, and I enjoyed myself very much with two retired barbers there coming back in to cover for Darrell and Todd Newton while they're out on a great vacation in the hills of western United States, Yellowstone. Going by a Thomas More University here. They have a great school there. Always proud to go there and visit with them. They do a great job. In fact, my nephew, great nephew, J.D., and his wife both graduated from Thomas More. Did an excellent job. They were excellent citizens. Now let's see here. Go down to see my doctor's office down here, Dr. Daniel Fagel, one of the best gastroenterologists in the country. And Dan Fagel does a great job. Of course, we're going to pass Charlie Tyrone's office down here too. One of the greatest podiatrists and foot surgeons in northern Kentucky. So we'll be going by his office also. Who helps to work on my feet for me. Does a great job. Him and his staff there. And his lovely wife works with him too. Well, I guess I'll head on home after this. Pick up these items here from Dr. Fagel. Head on home, see how Josie's doing. Right down there's where Dr. Fagel's office is, or Dr. Tyrone's office is. We have to go up this way to get to Dr. Fagel's office. This is known as Doctor's Alley down through here. I tell you, a lot of doctors. We've got a great hospital in St. Elizabeth Hospital here in Edgewood and all over. They do a great job. Gastroenterology Associates. And as you can see, our great doctor, Dr. Fagel, I'll just zoom in on him right here. They got a lot of great ones here, but of course, there we are. That's Dr. Dan Fagel right there, our gastroenterologist. Well, we head on home now. It's been a busy day. Meeting after meeting and things going on here and there. And praise the Lord. We got to head on home now, and I have to pick up supper for Miss June here somewhere. So I'll give her a call and see what she'd like to have, and we'll pick it up and head on home. Maybe she'd like to have something from Bob Evans down here, or Log Cabin, or Frisch's, or La Rose's, who knows, somewhere. It's been a wonderful day. Praise the Lord for the beauty of the day, the sunshine, and all the opportunities to see, the places to go, people to see, and things to do. Thanks to all the people that allowed us to put them on video today. And thanks to the barbers for letting us pick up on their wisdom and enjoy a day at the barber shop. And thanks for Harry for donating $20 that I gave him accidentally, and I told him to keep as a tip, but he wanted to give it back, so I said, well, I'll take it back under one condition. You let me give it to the Robert Roden Scholarship Fund. Now, folks, remember, you classmates out there, class of 1961, Simon Kenton, if we don't have your email address, we can't contact you, or your phone number. So if you see this, call me, or send your check in, $15, make it out to SK 61 60TH. That's all you have to put on the check. It'll go into our escrow account till we have to have the money all in by September the 15th, and then we'll pay the rent there for the building at the Roses, and that's on October the 2nd, 2 o'clock at the new Pioneer Room. It's actually a new banquet room, and so you'll like it there, and it'd be really nice. We have our own restroom there, cleaned properly for the virus, so don't worry about that. Got some kids here getting across the home from school, so you got to watch what you're doing. School bus driver there, and little kids, mother waiting for them, so that's good. Now send that check into, that $15 check, and hopefully you might want to make it out for just a little bit more, and so that we can get some funds restored to the Robert Roden Scholarship Fund, which was down to about $200. So help us out. Send it in. You don't have to be a high school graduate from Simon Kenton. You can be from anywhere, and send us in a contribution, and we'll give it to the Robert Roden Scholarship Fund. Send it to 38. Send it to John Stephenson, Stephenson, 38 McCullum. That's MC, capital CULLUM, Road, or Pike, either one. Independence, Kentucky, zip code 41051, and we'll get it and give it to the Robert Roden Scholarship Fund. So if you got any questions on that, call me, 859-750-0000, or email me, small j, small s, 750-0000 at gmail.com. God bless you. You can see our programs on YouTube under Travels with John Stephenson, or on Facebook under John Stephenson. Thank you very much. God bless you and have a great day.